In this tutorial, we will go through how to set up an event rule, schedule event for working hours, create an event expression, and set up an event notification. Events can be used for an endless number of things, like alerting when a vehicle is speeding or when it leaves a certain area. In this video, we will set up a simple event rule that notifies when a vehicle is idle during work hours. To create an event rule, go to the Admins menu and click on Event Rules. Click on the Add New Event Rule button and start by giving your rule a name. I will call this rule Idle Vehicle and make sure that the rule is enabled. In the second step, you can select which tags that should be affected by this rule. If you leave this blank, it will affect all tags. The third step allows you to schedule an event rule to only trigger during a certain time of the day. I want my rule to trigger only during working days, from 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I will disable the rule during the weekend. Click Next and let's create the event expression. The expression determines when the event should trigger, and there are a number of expressions to choose from. Analog expressions are signals coming from the vehicle, like temperature and speed. And digital expressions are signals that only have two states, for example an open or closed door, or if the vehicle is running or not. An event can also be triggered if a vehicle moves in and out of an area with the geofence expression. If you're interested in geofences, you should have a look at the longer video on that. First, let's add a digital expression and select Engine. And I want this to trigger when the engine is equal to on. I also want a second expression, so I will click the plus sign and create an analog expression that triggers when the speed of the vehicle is equal to 0. You can choose if you want the event rule to trigger when one expression is true, or if all should be true. In this case, I want all to be true. Your events can be triggered immediately or with a delay. In this example, I want to know when the vehicle has been idle with the engine on for 5 minutes, so I will choose a delayed event and set it to 5 minutes. Now it's time to make a notification that shows when the event is triggered. Notifications can be sent as an email, SMS, and to the device in the vehicle, etc. I will create a simple argument that I will use as a map label when the event triggers. I will call this argument Idle Vehicle. In the value dropdown, I will insert a variable and choose vehicle name and type isIdle after that. The last step lets you choose how the notification should be made. I want to use my argument from the previous step, so I will select it and tick Always Show Label, and then save my event rule. Let's have a look at vehicle 1 when it stops for a while and triggers the alarm. As you can see, there is a visual notification as well as a new event in the Event tab. You can change which events you want to see as well as within which time period. By flicking the switch, you can see historical events and move the time span by holding the left mouse button and drag on the timeline. To close an event, you can right-click on the road and select Close Event. If you have multiple events, you can click the checkbox on those you want to remove, and then click the red Close Selected button. Event rules can be very complex, but now you have the tools to get started.